There's 10 cops to the right, 10 cops to the left. Dark blue ink blots with intent. The chopper bobs lazily, making the ground undulate when its spotlight circles through the trees. The high yellow flickering lights barely illuminate the casually forgotten street. Dead cars slump humiliated in the gutters, stripped of wheels and seats. Trash bags fill the doorways to boarded-up homes. "What do you think, Tom?" Tom was busy checking his pockets for a lighter. His cigarette bobbed on his bottom lip as he walked briskly towards his position. Body armor pulled tight enough for a little blue belly to muffin out from underneath.
"I think you've stolen my fucking lighter again, Sarah."
His gun raised to just in front of his face. He paused at the breach point. Fed SWAT were going in through the rear. Tom, Sarah, and the other cops were to follow after and guard cleared rooms. Sarah chambered her shotgun and prepared for entry. They had a window to climb through, boards already removed. She was excited. The whole state had been after this murderous motherfucker for over a year. He'd butchered 20 people. The Disco Devil. He'd lured victims out of nightclubs, then cut them to ribbons, and covered their remains with blacklight tattoos of obscenities. Somehow the press had hold of the raid. KMOV and KTVI were tussling for good positions. 2 fat cops were 3 seconds away from drawing on them as they told them to get the fuck back. Tom got the call to move. The feds had cleared the ground floor and were moving up, deadly shadows with night vision. Sarah followed Tom in through the window, barrel first. Inside, the room was gloomy. Glow sticks were left behind by the advancing feds. Sarah could hear the quiet movement up the stairs. Other cops were quickly filling the room. Deadly serious, their pistols led them to allocated rooms. Sarah saw Tom turn his face upwards, mouth open. Looking up, she saw skin stretched to breaking point, industrial staples driven into the tattered edges, securing them to the ceiling. Empty eyes stared down. Limp tongues hung. Hollow fingers pointed. Empty breasts and penises dangled.
"Oh!"
Tom couldn't stop his involuntary vomit rising. "Puke out the fucking window, Tom!" And Sarah pushed his heaving shoulders toward the cool outside air. Tom vomited noisily out the window. It was loud enough to cover the sound of the small 3-floorboard trapdoor opening. His cussing was enough to cover the sound of bare feet sliding across the floor. Sarah didn't have time to do anything when the boning knife entered her spine. Tom died with breakfast burrito bits in his mouth, neck sliced from suprasternal notch to chin. Before he left, the Disco Devil paused to write on the wall. With 6 eyes he was weeping, and his tears and bloody slaver trickled o'er 3 chins. And in an instant, he was gone. This time, he thought, he'd tried Denver